what is the purpose of the schedule Apex? How we are going to implement it. Now the point here, when you want any operation to be performed at a particular time, let us say you clicked on this button, boss. When you click on this button, action is performed instantly. When I clicked on this link, action is performed instantly. I don't want this action to be performed instantly. I want this action to be performed at a particular time. I don't want this action to be performed at a particular time. Sorry, at a particular instantly. I want this action to be performed at a particular time. When I click on a button on the last working day of the month, action should be performed. On the second Friday, action should be performed. Every month on the last working day at 10 p.m. job has to run. So when you want some action to be performed at a particular time, then we will schedule it. When you want action to be performed at a particular time, we will schedule it. So how to define an Apex class which can run at different time what we specified. It is not one-time execution. Recursively, every Saturday, every Friday, every last working day, I want this operation to run recursively. So how do you schedule a job? How do you schedule a job? Every day, evening at 10 o'clock, take a backup of the data and put it in the CSV, send an email to me. Every day at 10 o'clock, take the new customers which are created, send it to third-party system. Every day, at night, 5 o'clock, get all the new opportunities created in the external system, save it to the Salesforce. When you want some job to run, recursively at the given time, we are going to implement schedule Apeks. Right. Then, how you define an Apex class as a schedule Apex? We have a interface called schedulable. Any Apex class which implements schedulable interface, any Apex class which implements schedulable interface, any Apex class which implements schedulable interface can be scheduled based on your requirement. If a class implements schedulable interface, we can schedule the job based on your requirement. So what was this? Public class example implements. So if a class is implementing a interface called schedulable, it is a schedule Apex class. If a class is implementing an interface schedulable, if a class is implementing an interface schedulable, then the class is called schedule Apex class. Any class which implements an interface, any class which implements an interface, any class which implements an interface should define the methods in the interface. Now, what are the methods we have in the schedulable interface? In the schedulable interface, we have a method called execute. Public void the class which implements schedulable interface has to define a method called execute. If a class implements schedulable interface, then it define a method called execute. Then it define a method called execute. Again, I repeat. If a class implements schedulable interface, it has to define a method called execute. What will be there in the execute method? Whatever the logic that you want to perform, whatever the logic you want to perform, that logic is defined within the schedule Apex. Now, public class example implements schedulable. Public class example implements schedulable. Then what I am doing here? Read from account. Then I told take one by one account. We are performing update. I hope you are good with this. I hope you are good with this. We are taking one by one record, trying to update. This is the logic. Whatever the logic you want to schedule, whatever the logic that you want to schedule, that should be defined within the execute method. That should be defined within the execute method. I hope you are good. Okay. Now, create an example. Create a schedule apex. Create a schedule apex. Create a schedule apex, which will take all the opportunities which are created. Create a schedule apex, which will take all the opportunities which are created today and change. Close it as close it as 15 days from today and stage name as. Now write the class. Write the class. Create a class example which implements schedulable. Then write the logic here. Opportunity put Update up list. Am I clear? Next example. Today schedule apex, which will send email to all the leads. Create a schedule apex, which will send email to all the leads which are created in this week with the following message. Create schedule apex, which will send an email to all the leads which are created in this week. Send an email to all the leads which are created in this week.
Satish.
Yes, sir.
Satish, why we are passing parameter schedulable context SC?
Yeah.
What
Now
does it contain?
that contains the job ID. That contains the ID of the job on which it is running. That contains the ID of the job which is running.
Thank you.
Public class. Then we are supposed to go with this public void then get all the leads created. Get all the leads which are created in this week. Get all the leads which are created in this week. Get all the leads which are created in this week. Then write the program. You are supposed to create messaging dot single. What is the email? L dot. Now you create some bot. Then supposed to set the body. Did you follow my point? Now sending email. Should I create a separate mail for everyone? I have made a mistake, but nobody is recognizing it. When you want to send a same email, why are you sending a loop? Am I right? So I have given, instead of that, you might have taken all the email IDs separately, kept in a now I have created a separate mail for every lead. Instead of creating a separate mail for every lead, you might have created a list which will take a list of email IDs. Keep this list as a to address. Instead of sending a separate mail to everyone, because the body of the mail is same, when the body of the mail is same, why don't you put a single email? Now look at this. I was giving it. Then I was giving. Then we are supposed to create. With one mail, we can achieve this. Am I clear with that? Get all the leads, take email address, put them in a separate list. Then send the email. Previous example, I wrote a firm. For every lead, separate email. Why you want to send a separate email for every lead? Why you want to send a separate email for every lead? Why you want to send a separate email for every lead? I hope you are good. People have got the concept. There is email program, but I am scheduling this as per my requirement. Then the point here is done, boss, everyone. Okay, the class is clear. What is the class? Class implement schedulable. Then we told any class which implements schedulable has to define a method called execute. Logic will be there in the execute. Now, how do you schedule? You have to schedule it, right? How do you schedule? If you want to schedule, you have to define cron trigger or cron expression. What is the cron expression? Time at which job should be. At what time you want to schedule the job? Look at the point. Seconds, minutes, hours, day in month, day in week, on the job at 10:30. Then how do you define? 0 seconds, 30 minutes, 11 hours, day in the month. Now, on which date? 10th of January. Which month? January 10th every year comes on same day, same Monday, same Tuesday. When it is not same, we keep question mark. Year is always optional. Run the job on March 15th at 5 p.m. Write this. Run the job on March 15th at 5 a.m. Then at 5 a.m. which day? 15th. Which month? March. March 15th will come on which date? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Can you guarantee? When you cannot guarantee, question mark. Run the job on 10th, 15th, 20th of Run the job on 10th, 15th, 20th of March at 10:30, 10 a.m. Zero, 10, 10th comma 15th comma 20th of every month, March. Then run the job from 10th to 15th of December at 5 p.m. Run the job from 10th to 15th of December at 5 p.m. Right. 5 p.m. 17, 10th to 15th of December. 12th, right. Run the job on 15th of every month. 8:30 a.m. Run the job on 15th of every month at 8:30. 15th of every month. Every month means star. Star means every. Every month 15th will come on Monday. Saturday, I cannot. Give a question mark. Run the job on every Friday. Now write this. Friday means what? Saturday, Sunday 1, Saturday. Then accordingly Friday will be 6. Run the job on every Friday at 10:30. 10:30 on every Friday. Every Friday will come on which date? Not so. Every month, every Friday. Every Friday means 6. Every month on Friday, run the job. Every month Friday will come on which dates? 10th, 15th. I cannot guarantee that. When you cannot guarantee, it is question mark. Is that was clear? Next we have run the job on last working day. Working day of every month. Run the job on last working day of every month. Run the job on last working day of every month. Last job on last working day of every month. Run the job on last working day of every month. Run the job on last working day of every month. So every month L last W working. L last W working. Every month last working day will come on which date? I cannot guarantee on which date it will be. It may be on Friday or it may be Saturday. I am not sure. Every month last working day. Run the job on second Friday of every month. Run the job on second Friday of every month. Run the job on second Friday of every month. Second Friday of every month. Second Friday will come on which date? I am not sure. It may be 10th or 15th or 17th. I am not sure. 2/6. Second Friday. Now design the example for this. Run the job on second Sunday. Define this. 15th of every month at here are these three examples. Seconds 0 10 p.m. 22 every month on second Sunday. So we gave 2 hash run the job on 15th of every month. Run the job on 15th of every month at 12. Right. On what date? 15th of every month. 15th. Every month. People have followed this expression. Seconds, minutes, hours. Day you are sure, give the day. Month you are sure, give the month. Day you are sure, give the day. Not sure, keep a question mark. Okay. Now, this is a cron expression. Now, if you want to execute the class, you are supposed to give like this. ID. Param 1, param 2, param 3. Param 1, name of the job. Param 2, cron expression. Time at which job has to run. Param 3, object which has to run. Param 1, name of the job. Param 2, time at which the job has to run. Param 3, object which has to run. Object which has to run. Name of the job, time at which the job has to run, object which has to run. Then if the class is example, Then I'm giving ID. Testing. Then we are supposed to give expression. Cron, what is the object you want to run? Name of the job, any random string. Second, time at which the job has to run. Cron expression. Third, what is the job which you want to run? Create a object for the class which implemented schedulable interface. System.schedule, name of the job. System.schedule, name of the job. Expression and object. Name of the job, expression and object. I hope you are good. People are good. So look at this example, everyone. New schedule example. We are supposed to give implement schedulable. Then I have public void execute schedulable context. Then what I'm doing? So are created in last 10 days. How do you get all the list of accounts which are created in the last 10 days? Now logic is your choice. According to your requirement, you write the logic. It is Apex code, you know. This is how I give. Then how do you execute this? Schedule example. Then I'm giving a time. Now 11:45. So I'll give 47, 11. Then 19th of job ID. System.schedule. Cron. What is the object name? Right. Before execute, job will run according to the time schedule of the user who is running the program. According to the time zone of the user who is running the program, it will run. Satish. Asia Calcutta only. Right. Go for it. Click on execute. When you click on execute, what will happen? Job will be registered. Where the job is registered? Come down. Monitor. Jobs. What are the jobs here? Scheduled jobs. Now, the job called testing is registered here. When was this submitted? March 3rd, March 19th at 11:46 it is submitted. It was supposed to execute at 11:47. Right. Now, where was this? It was available on cron trigger. Right. The job is scheduled here. Once the job is scheduled, we need to wait. Job will be executed at a particular time. At what time it is going to execute? 11:47. Can you guarantee that the job will run exactly at 11:47? I cannot guarantee. Job is added to the queue. In the queue, whatever the resource you want, that resource should be available with you. I am ready to run at 11:47, but the data what I need is not readily available. So when you schedule a job, I cannot guarantee exactly at the same time job will run. But we are initiating the job at the same time. If resource is available, it will run at the same time. Resource is not available, it will wait. Are you getting? So we cannot guarantee always that job will run exactly at the same time. So 11:47, go back to the Apex jobs. What was it? 11:47, still it is in the queued state. So whatever the data I require, it is fetching it. Are you getting? So if you schedule at 11:47, doesn't mean that exactly at 11:47 job will complete. It is initiated, but the data what we need, if it is available, it will execute. Meanwhile, let us understand the code. Right. We have an object called ID, cron expression, last executed, next executed. Then we have job type, class, method, cron trigger, async apex job. Then we are going to have so when you do this cron trigger, so when I say system dot schedule testing cron, then it's going to give it testing job expression 0 4. Then last executed, it will says 2019 47. When it is good to execute 2020 March 19th 2020, right? Last executed, next executed, like this the data will be there. Once it is created, a job ID will be there. Now what happened? When you schedule, first it will go and register with the cron trigger. Once the job is registered with the cron trigger on the at 2020 March 19th 11:47, job will be fired and the job is added to this. When 2020 March 19th 10:47, job will be fired, that is registered with the async apex. Right. Now, if the resource is available, then what will happen? It will create a ID, job ID 00. Now, whatever the job ID is created with the job is added to the queue. In the queue, if the resource is available, it will execute. So, first when you schedule, job will be registered with what? Cron trigger. When you schedule, job will be registered with the cron trigger. When you schedule, job will be registered with the cron trigger. On the schedule date, as per the cron expression, on that particular date, job will be fired. When the job is fired, it will be added to async apex job. Once it is added there, we get the job ID. Once we got the job ID, with the job ID, job is added to queue. In the queue, based on the availability of resource, it is going to execute. I hope you are good. cron trigger, then async apex job, then to the queue. Now here we have schedulable context type. What is the schedulable context? It will contain job ID. Whatever the job ID that is created, that job ID will be there in the schedulable context. So while executing, if you want to know for which job we are executing, I can use schedulable context sc dot get job ID. I hope you are good with this. People have followed. When you say system dot schedule, first the record will be registered with the cron trigger. Cron trigger. It will have the details about the all scheduled jobs. Now on the as per the time, as per the schedule, job will be fired, added to async apex job. When the job is added to async apex job, ID will be created. Once the ID is created, the job will be added to queue based on the availability of resource. Job will be fired. I hope you are good with this. Clear? Go back and see it. Still see. No, it's already 53. Still the job is, as I told you, we cannot guarantee. Because the resource what is looking is not available. Obviously, it has to hold. I hope you are good with this format. Clear for everyone? Right? How do you execute? System dot schedule. System dot schedule. Name of the job, expression, and object. How a class can be scheduled? First, the class has to implement schedulable interface. If a class is implementing a schedulable interface, then it has to define. Then it has to define what? It has to define a method called execute. When you define a method called execute, within the execute, logic will be defined. Right. Now, this is one of the way. Now, programmatically, we are scheduling like this. If administrator want to run a job, let's say, I want administrator to clean the data. Every month, once in a month, administrator will take a time and clean the data. Now, for the cleaning the data, I wrote a schedule apex. Now, when the schedule apex run, administrator will decide. He will not schedule like this. He will decide when the job has to run. So, what he will do? Set up, build, develop apex classes. What we have here? Schedule apex. Click on the schedule apex. My job. Choose the class. Which class? Only the class which implemented schedule. Then you define the type. Now when you define the time, you have a fixed times. You don't have the flexibility like what you want to choose. Out of the options given, you are supposed to choose. So in how many ways I can schedule? In how many ways I can schedule? Two ways. One is system.schedule programmatically. Other one is administrator can schedule by using navigation. What is that navigation? Setup, build, develop apex classes, schedule apex. I hope you are good. So how many jobs I can schedule at a time? At a time, how many jobs can be scheduled? 100 jobs. At a time, how many jobs can be scheduled? How many jobs she can schedule? She can take 100 jobs. At a time, how many jobs can be scheduled? 100 jobs can be scheduled. At a time, 100 jobs can be scheduled. At a time, how many jobs will run? 100 jobs will run. At a time, 100 jobs can be scheduled in the queue. I hope you are good with this. Now, schedule apex is one of the asynchronous operation, okay, where the job will run at the specified time. Where the job will run at the specified time. When the job is running at the specified time, how do you define? We are supposed to go with a cron expression. What is that cron expression? It will tell you when the job has to run. How you define the cron expression? Seconds, minutes, hours, day in the month, day in the week, year. So question mark, not sure, star, every, okay, 1 for Sunday, 7 for Saturday, hash, second Sunday, second Saturday, this one hash. How many jobs can be scheduled? 100 jobs can be scheduled at a time. Now, when you schedule a job, how do you know at what time the job is going to run? Cron trigger. What is it? Cron trigger. What is that cron trigger? Any job which is scheduled in the Salesforce will be registered with the cron trigger. How do you know the status of the job? Async apex job. Any asynchronous job that is running, that will be in async apex job. I hope you are good. Clear for everyone? Everyone is good with this example? Now let us write a quick example. Write a schedule apex which will fetch all the opportunities. Which are created in this one. Write a schedule apex which will fetch all the opportunities which are created in this month and set their stage name and close date as write a schedule apex which will fetch all the opportunities which are created public void execute schedulable context. Then I ask you to fetch this is how I create. Now write the execution code. Write the code for execution. What is that execution code? create a cron expression. This code should run on every day at night 11:30. This code should run every day at night 11:30 p.m. Then how do you do it? Every day, every month, day we are not sure. Every day, every month, it has to run. So what is the code? Example equal to job ID equal to name of the job, cron expression, right boss. This code I can run from trigger. If you want to schedule any operation from trigger also you can call. This okay, wherever you want you can call it. Okay. Then how do you know the status of the job? How to know the status of the job? How to know the status of the job? One is setup, monitor, jobs, Apex job. How to track when the job is going to execute next? How to track when the job is going to execute next? Then this is using declarative without programming. Programmatically, if you want to know the status, write a sock full. Write a sock full on async Apex job. Write a sock full query on async Apex job. Write a SQL query on async Apex job. On this object, if you write a SQL query, you will know the status of the job. How do you know when the job is going to execute next programmatically? Cron. In the cron tagger, what will be there? And okay, what is the expression you have given? When was the job executed last time? When was the job going to execute next time? This data will be there. So if you want to know when the job is executed lastly or next, or what is the expression you have given, you want to know when the job is executed lastly, when the job is going to execute next, then we write a SQL query on cron trigger. I hope you are good with this. Clear for everyone? Clear? Clear for everyone? Yeah, that's all from my end. How many jobs will be running per day? 100 jobs can run at a day, right? So if you schedule a job, can you guarantee that the job is going to execute exactly at the same time? It depends upon the availability of resource. That we cannot guarantee. So let us see. Apex jobs. Still the job is. I gave very small logic. Still the job is. Right. No, because it's a trial version. Okay, maybe it's taking more time, but if you go to the commercial, it will be invoked immediately. Okay.